Happy Tuesday. Uh, it's an interesting day today, but happy Tuesday. My name is KJ Hamus, and I am, I'm happy to be here with you today on this Tuesday for our special Election Day Yin practice. I want to completely name that today is probably fraught with emotion. Um, so I'm glad you've chosen to take time for yourself to start practicing self-care, as it's a long day ahead of all of us. And to say that it's going to be an easy day would be wrong. It's going to be a very challenging day. So, and to say that I'm positive and happy and perky is also not right, as I feel like I'm in the same boat as many of you. So I'm glad you've chosen to be here for this special yin practice today. We're going to be focusing a lot on grounding and the practice of ahimsa. Ahimsa meaning non-harming. It is the first of the yamas in the eight-limbed path of yoga. And non-harming can go so many different ways. And oftentimes when we think of the yamas, they're more external. And we focus on how we can be non-harming into the world. And I think that is incredibly important, and we should, but also, how can we be non-harming to ourselves? The past week in the practices I've offered, we've really focused on the Anahata chakra, our fourth chakra, our heart chakra, which is about self-love, self-confidence, and our internal love and our internal non-harming. So carrying those throughout the practice. So idea of grounding and non-harming. Gathering what you need today for today's practice. I've got two pillows and a couple of blocks. Feel free to have extra blankets, extra pillows. Not thinking them so much as a way to force you into a shape, but how do you help support yourself, in particularly now? Like, how are you able to add a little bit of extra support, maybe some place that you can fall and feel comfortable, and feel grounded. So with all of that said, I am grateful to be here with you all, even if I can't see you, but I'm so grateful. And let's go ahead and get started. Find the position that is going to be the most nourishing, the most comfortable for you right now. And that can be a lot of different things. So that might actually not be on the ground. That can be in a chair. That could be on your bed. Anything of that nature. This could be if you want to stay on the ground, on your back, on your belly. Sometimes being on the belly can be really nice to help protect the heart, and the heart space, and even bringing a pillow underneath your low belly, your chest, your legs, whatever feels good, or even on your side. A comfortable seat can feel really nice as well. So many different options, and there's probably an option that I haven't named yet. So take that option. If you're like, no, I'm going to take this other option, please do that. Today's practice really is about you and continuing to resource yourself in this time. So as you start to find your comfortable seat, I'm going to invite the bell to bring us in to our practice today and begin our Tuesday. Inviting yourself into your space by taking a deep, slow breath in through the nose. And then exhale, open mouth, sigh it out, let it go. A deep, full breath in through the nose. And exhale, open mouth, sigh it out, let it go. One final time here, full breath in and a full breath out. As you begin to invite your body to release as best you can, to let go as best you can, welcome your breath in its natural rhythm. We pause here at the top of our practice to take time to honor the stewards of the land who come before us, reminding ourselves that we are guests on this land. Here in Washington, D.C., I am a guest on Anacostan land and Piscataway land. We take time to honor, pause, and remember that our practice of ahimsa, practice of liberation and freedom and unity, which is yoga, is codified, it was developed and passed down from the first and earliest practitioners of the subcontinent of India. We are fortunate to have so many teachers, indigenous teachers, who continue to share this beautiful practice with us. So we honor them and we honor the very, very first yogic practitioners. As you begin to move your awareness to your breath, start to let the external world fade around you. Even taking a moment here if you need to turn off cell phones, shut doors, creating a darker space by turning off lights or closing blinds, whatever is going to serve you best. Moving to our awareness of our breath and arriving on our mat, in whatever state we're showing up today. Taking time to acknowledge the emotions and the challenges that are accompanying us today, and how our emotions and our challenges are affecting our breath. Is our breath able to move fully and deeply? Does it feel hindered? Does it feel bound? Noticing how what we're bringing on the mat today is manifesting itself physically and mentally as well. Taking time to name those things in your own body, name where they may be showing up in your body. And starting to accept them for what they are. Not pushing what you're naming aside, just bringing your awareness back to your breath. As you start to lengthen your inhale slowly and steadily, begin to notice your points of contact with the earth. Whether that's your seat, your heart, your feet, your head, cheek, even your back up against a wall. Take time to notice and feel that support in your own body. Can you begin to draw roots to the ground, to the element of earth? Can you let the ground, let the support feel nourishing in your body? Can this feeling solidify in you a sense of belonging, of peace? Even using this time to notice where you might be gripping, seeing if you can soften. As you begin to slow down your inhale, start to match your exhale to the length of your inhale. Everybody's breath is going to be different. So find what length works best for you. And we'll move through a different way to set our sankalpa today, our intention for our practice as you continue to breathe, matching inhale and exhale. And this is a practice I learned from a colleague of mine, Davida Russell, who learned it from the Hurston Wright Foundation based on the work of June Jordan. So as you continue to breathe, feeling the earth underneath you, we start by dedicating your practice. I dedicate my practice today to. I dedicate my practice today to. Holding on to your dedication will give purpose to your practice. My practice is blank, made manifest. My practice is blank, made manifest. As you manifest your practice, we clear the space. I release blank. I begin with blank. I release blank. I begin with blank. Continuing to breathe slowly and steadily. So we've cleared the space. We honor that all is love. Blank is nothing less than love. Blank is nothing less than love. Taking one more deep breath in here. And deep, slow breath out. Beginning to slowly and mindfully. As we set up for our first shape, we're going to start in a restorative child's pose. And I like to think of this restorative child's pose as a big hug in a lot of ways. So hopefully you're able to find a hug in this as well. This is a great way to I think, to release into the heart, um, and just to soften the body. So you may choose to use two blocks. You may just choose to use extra pillows or just one pillow. It's really up to you. But we want now our power tools of our blocks and pillows to really support us. These tools are going to hold up the body so we don't have to hold ourselves up at this moment. So I'm using two blocks and I place them in a long vertical line and then one pillow on top. Again, using multiple pillows, multiple blankets, whatever is going to feel best for you. Start to find that now. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. Bringing your knees as wide as they would like to go, as wide as going to feel comfortable for you. You'll start to lower your heart onto this. And your hands, I know it's a little hard to see, can start to wrap around these tools, almost in that hug. I can wrap here. They can just come by the sides. You can even use them as an extra pillow. If it feels good and you want to bring them along by your sides, do that as well. One sheet can come down to the mat or to the setup or the other. So really letting yourself feel supported here. And as you settle in, invite in several breaths. With each breath, invite in peace. And with each exhale, see if you can soften on to the earth. So our tools are just here to support us and to also create a deeper connection to the earth. So notice your points of grounding, and they may have changed. They likely have. So your calves, your head, your heart. Feel those connections starting to grow roots into this new space. Let every inhale as you breathe in, invite in what you need. Invite in that which you are manifesting and which you are cultivating, and that which is love. And let your exhales sink you even deeper into the mat. This idea of grounding and feeling the earth underneath your body in various points is a great resource to have. It can often be used if you're in a situation where you're standing, you can feel your feet connected to the earth, or sitting, same thing. Slowly steadying out your inhale. And as you're ready, lengthening your exhale. Letting your exhale be longer than your inhale. This is one way to calm the body, calm the nervous system. You may even begin to count the breath, finding your length and using the count to help soften the mind. For the remainder of the time, I'm going to be silent, letting you focus on what you need here. As you're ready, slowly bring your hands underneath your shoulders and gently push your way up, just moving your tools off to the side. We come into a tabletop shape. So you might have found as you were in that shape that stillness felt really awkward today. That stillness was triggering, and where in other cases it may not be. Invite movement into your body. Go ahead here. But if you're noticing that in your shape, don't worry so much about stillness today. You might need to cultivate a little movement to feel grounded. And so if you're in the shape and movement is what you need to begin with, or in the middle, or even closer toward the end, take that. That's your body telling you something. So as you move back into your neutral tabletop shape, I would like to recommend a pillow again. We're coming to puppy pose. And just thinking about continuing to soften our heart here, finding different forms of grounding. We're going to be opening our heart in a lot of ways to the world as the day goes on. So how do we give our heart a chance to rest? How do we soften here? So keeping your knees underneath your hips, start to walk your hands out, letting your heart rest on your pillow. And again, you could adjust this to wherever is going to feel best for you. And depending on the type of floor you have, you might want to place something underneath your knees. Letting your chin rest on your pillow or your mat, or a cheek, you can always switch, even your forehead. So as we come into puppy pose, this may feel like a lot in terms of your heart space. You might feel very exposed, and if that's the case, come out of it a bit. Maybe return just to your child's pose. Maybe come onto your belly for a little bit. But if you're able to remain here, closing the eyes if that feels good to you. Noticing where you're holding, gripping in the body. See if you can send your breath to that space. Connecting to the earth right now. So noticing the different points of contact. Maybe even now as you continue to breathe, picking one point of contact with the earth to focus on. So your hands, your shoulders, your knees, the tops of your feet. As you breathe in on your inhale, moving into the affirmation, I am. Feeling your breath travel along the front side of your body. And as you breathe out, breathing out, I am. Feeling your breath move back down the front side of your body. Your inhale traveling from your root all the way to the crown of the head. And your exhale traveling from crown of the head back down to your root. From here, slowly, mindfully come out of your shape, taking movement if that calls to you, or making your way to stillness. And I encourage you to come onto your side as we start to open up our heart a bit more in our shapes, taking that into consideration. And so it might not feel the best to just immediately roll onto your back right now, but it could. And so if that feels better for you, do that as well. But taking this puddle pose whenever you get there, to pause and to check in, to come back to your sankalpa, your intention, to reflect on ahimsa, non-violence, non-harming. How can you show that to yourself right now? And sometimes that could mean just crying it out. So from here, we're going to think about our heart space a little bit more and just gently begin to open it up. So we'll move into our open wing shape. And you can return to the belly to start this, or you can remain on your sides. It's really up to you um, how you do this. But you'll bring your left arm, your right arm, out to the side nice and long. To work into our Anahata chakra, we're going to bend at the elbow. So shoulder and elbow will be in line, but let your forearm do what it needs to. So as you start to roll over, you might find that a different angle in the upper part of your arm is needed as we work into our pectoralis minor. I like to keep my legs stacked one on top of the other so I can really just focus on the upper body. And so as we take that, rolling over onto your right side, and that might not be very deep, or it could be really deep. Let your left hand come behind you, come in front of you, come out long, rest here. You may also notice your head and how it connects with the earth. You can always prop that up if it's really uncomfortable. We don't want the spine to get too, um, the upper part of the spine to get too. And we're breathing. We'll be here for 2 minutes on each side, just using this as a gentle way to start to open up our heart to the rest of the world. And again, adjust the upper arm angle. So if your arm's at the 90 degrees, maybe in or even a little bit out as we work really into our pectoralis minor, which is one of the main charge points for our Anahata chakra. And breathe here. Continuing to breathe, finding your inhale and exhale, noticing your grounding points. So how can each shape, as you settle into it, ground you just a little bit more? How can you feel the support of the earth all over your body? And if you would like, stay with the affirmation or move into the mantra of I am, which is Sat Nam. Inhaling Sat Nam, exhaling Sat. Taking a full breath in and out. Slowly return back to your center. And if you're on your side, we'll just switch. If you were moving onto your belly, feel free to do that. Movement might feel good here. And again, when you're ready, bending your left hand so your shoulder and elbow are roughly in line. And then letting this top hand, as you roll on to your left side, come in or come out. So the focus is up here toward our heart space, not in the rest of the arm. So that's where the adjusting of the ankle can really help. And as you come into this side, just notice how your body feels emotionally here. The emotions do play a huge role, and we don't want to neglect that. We want to honor that. We want to notice it. Returning to our Satnam affirmation, feeling the connection with the earth. From here, slowly unwind. Moving into your puddle pose. This can be on your back, on your side, or even on your belly. If you need, if there's movement you would like to take, if you've come out of this shape and you've been able to release something and movement's going to help move it and reintegrate it into your body, do that as well. Truly take what you need here. Whatever you take, wherever you land, reconnect with the earth, starting to melt your breath with the support of the earth. As you're ready, slowly, gently, mindfully, start to make your way on up to your comfortable seat. We're going to move into a half butterfly pose. And this moves us slightly away from our Anahata chakra. But as we begin to think more about the external world and sending a himsa and love and compassion to those around us. We want to just awaken our lower chakras a little bit, the lower three, which can focus on more external love and forgiveness and understanding. So, have butterflies going to work into our low back area, starting on whichever side feels good. So if you're feeling a bit more active, you've got a bit more heat in your body, a bit more of your sun energy, a bit more active, then extend your left leg nice and long. If you're feeling at peace and you just need a bit more grounding, you're working with your passive energy a bit more today, then extend your right leg nice and long. Either option is great. It just is your preference. You can always sit up on a block or a blanket from here, and pillows or blocks may come in handy. So we have two options to work into whatever side you're choosing. First option is to lean over the leg using your blocks or your pillow. Pillow can come on top of the leg, blocks on either side, feeling your heart draw to the earth. So while you're starting to open up your side of your body, your heart is more in a forward fold, and that might feel a bit more protected for you, and also sending your heart energy to the earth. Option two is more of a lateral stretch. So that's going to open you up a bit more across your heart, and it's going to work in a different way into your low back. Either option is great, so start to pick what is really going to feel better and nourishing for you. As with everything, as you settle in, come back to your breath. Let your breath ground you into the earth, so notice your new points of contact, and even notice where you're holding, gripping. Why are you holding tension in those areas? Can you release that tension? Is there a way to let go just a little bit more? We'll be here for 3 minutes on each side, and we'll stack the sides one on top of the other. As you move into your breath, coming back to your affirmation or your mantra, start to feel your inhale travel along the front side of your body, from root to crown of head, along the spine. And as you exhale, extending your exhale and feeling your breath travel down the back side of your body. So from crown of head through C7, through the back side of your thoracic spine, all the way down through your seat, back to where you started at your root, your Muladhara chakra. Inhaling, I am, or Sat Nam. Exhaling the same. As you're ready, slowly using your tools, using the ground to lift you up, slowly, mindfully inviting in movement. It could be gentle side to side. If you come out of that side and moans and groans escape your body, that's great. I fully encourage that. It's your body just releasing what it needs to release. And it can help. So when you're ready, we'll begin to switch sides. So extending the opposite leg. You might notice as you come to this side that you need your heart to be closer to the leg, where you're feeling you can open up a bit more. Take what's going to feel best for you as you navigate between the two sides. It's not always going to be the same. In order sometimes to create balance or to create harmony, we can't do the exact same thing between the two. Settling in here, however, is going to feel most comfortable and most nourishing for you, releasing tension, finding your breath, letting yourself now as you breathe, front side and back side of your body, feeling that sense of grounding in the earth. How can you start to meld your breath with the support of the ground? Bringing your hand start to make your way out of your shape using the support of your grounding. And then taking movement that calls to you, we'll begin to make our way to a downward facing dog. Pedaling up the feet, lengthening along the back side of the body, letting the whole body be a bit more involved. And as you come into your downward facing dog, once again, noticing your points of contact with the earth, your feet, your hands, noticing where you're holding tension in your body. And after you've taken some movement, if that's what you need, start to find stillness. Take two more breaths in stillness. And then as you're ready, slowly drawing your knees down to the earth, make our way onto our backs. As we come into our final asana, our final shape, banana pose. So banana is going to work up the long side of the body and into the intercostal muscles of the rib cage. The ribs also being an area of high charge for our Anahata chakra. So again, depending on how you feel, I'll offer two variations. One completely on your back. Your heart will be a bit more open in that space, so something to be mindful of. Or one that's going to be on your side, which may feel a bit more nourishing in terms of just where you're at emotionally. So if you're coming onto your back, extend arms and legs nice and long. You may choose to have a pillow nearby, as you'll see in a moment, and then walk your feet to one side of your mat, to one corner, so either right or left. So if you go to the right, you're going to be working on the left side of your mat, the left side of your body, and vice versa. And then as you walk your feet there, walk your arms over to that space. So you're creating a banana shape or a C shape on your mat. You can cross at ankles, inner to outer, outer to inner. And then if you notice that your hands and the earth are not making contact, that's okay. This is where your pillow can come in. You can place your pillow underneath various part of your arms so you feel supported in that way. Option one. Option two is to take a pillow or yoga bolster or even multiples, maybe stacking them up if you have two pillows. If you have a thick bolster, you might not need multiples. And then roughly about your hip, laying across the side, arms and legs nice and long. And we'll be here for 3 minutes on each side. Start to come back to your breath once again. Noticing points of contact with the earth. How can you feel more nourished here? Letting your breath bring you back to your sankalpa, your intention, what you're choosing to manifest, what is love, and what you're bringing into your space. How can those elements, supported by the earth, the ground beneath you, help you today? What do you need? And they help you feel liberated. As you're ready from here, Slowly begin to find your way back to your center, whether you're on your side and that's coming up, or if you're on your back, just moving toward neutral and then taking a rush to get there. Take as much time as you need to move. As you're ready, slowly begin to move back toward your center, finding your way to Savasana, your final resting pose. And I highly encourage you to take the full amount of Savasana or even longer. Rest is so, so important. Um, we need rest. Rest can be resistance. Rest can be, and letting what comes up come up. Even coming out of these shapes myself, I'm getting a little emotional, so that could be you as well. And if that's the case, use your Savasana to let it happen, to let it go. As they say, we'll be here, breathing. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Feel your body, your muscles start to switch off, moving away from bone. Your bones start to release. You feel this new point of connection with the earth. Feeling your heart soften, your mind soften. Sat Nam, I am. Letting that resonate in your body and meld with your Sankalpa. Beginning to reawaken your senses, inviting gentle movement back into your body. Taking in a fresh, new breath, letting your breath radiate throughout. Knowing you can stay here as long as you need. But if you're ready, beginning to slowly find your way to your comfortable seat at the top of your mat. And as you arrive at your comfortable seat, creating your energetic circuit here as you need it. So one hand right on top of the other with thumbs touching for Dhyana Mudra. Hands can rest on the knees. Hands can come to your heart center in Anjali Mudra, or even over your heart. As you invite in new breath, as you feel support of the earth underneath you, we take time to just accept our body, accept our mind, accept our emotions, accept our spirit as it showed up today on our mat, as it'll show up the rest of the day. Working with ahimsa throughout the day, maybe stepping away from those who are causing us harm, maybe reaching out to those who could use a little bit of extra love and support. We honor the sankalpa that was set at the beginning of the practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take what you need. Take the time you need. Take the time for self-care. Have a good one.